Now let's move on to the raw data. In this raw data, it is given you have 9 folders. Now these 9 folders are the content which we have to complete today's class. What will I do first? I'll be going for my importing data folder. I'll copy and I'll go to the class files. I'll paste this file here. When I paste this file, if I go to the import data folder, it is given there are 3 different files: .xlsx file, .txt file, and .csv file. CSV stands for comma separated value file. You can see the type here. TXT file, TXT extension is starts with what? Text document. .xlsx file is called Microsoft Excel worksheet. Did you understand how to identify the file type, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we will right click, we'll go to new, we'll create an Excel file. We will talk about data reading or data importing in Excel. So this is my workbook. The workbook name is data importing in Excel. Default size of the Excel file is 7 KB. The size of the Excel file, it will keep on increasing the moment you keep those data addition to this. Now the interview question comes. What the default size of the Excel file? What will you answer now, guys?
7 KB.
7 KB.
7 KB.
What is the maximum size of an Excel file? They'll ask you. You'll say it depends on memory. If your system is 8 GB RAM, if your system is 16 GB RAM, your system is 32 GB RAM, or you are connected to the cloud where you're opening an Excel file, it depends on the memory. Your Excel size can be defined. Now opening this Excel file here, by default when you open the Excel file, what you see guys here, you see it is coming sheet 1. You can keep on adding multiple sheets, sheet 1 to sheet 2 to sheet 3. Just click on this plus, multiple sheets will be added. Now the question is coming, when you open the Excel file, it is opening like a blank grid. What is a grid? It is a combination of columns and rows into a tabular form. This is called grids. Now it is a blank grid. There is no data inside. How will you get data? Now let's go for reading data from a text file. So how to go for reading data from a text file? To read the data from a text file in the Excel, you go to data at the menu bar. In this data, you see get and transform data. Over there in the left corner, it's saying get data. If I click on this, it's saying get data preview. You can go for from files, from databases, from Azure, from Fabric and Power Platform, from online services, from other sources and combined services, and so many other ways you can get the data. For me is important. I'll go to from file. I'll choose the file is going to be from text and CSV file. The moment you click on the from text and CSV file, what is happening? It is opening the browsing option where you want to read your data. I want to read my data. I'll be going back to here. I'll say that this PC, local drive, C drive. I'll go for this folder, month 1, Excel, session 2. I'll go to the class file. I have importing data. When I say I want to read data from a text or CSV file, it is showing only this text and CSV file. I click on this text file. I say import. The moment I say import, you know what, guys? It is opening saying that your file is coming with delimiter of tab. What does it mean? If you go back to the folder, if you click on this global underscore cell.txt file, what is the delimiter here, guys? The delimiter is called tab. Are you getting this, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? So what we are doing here, we are reading the data with the delimiter tab. I can say load my data. The moment you say load your data, what is happening? It is reading from the text file and pulling this data to the Excel file. But while it is pulling data, it is giving the file name is global underscore sales, the text file data, which has read through 37 rows loaded. That means this text file is having 37 records. Now what is happening? It is coming with the header, with the filter. I can go to the table design. At the top, I can click on this. I can say light. I want to remove this filter. I'll say untick the filter. That's how I'm able to read the data from a text file to an Excel file. To read data from a CSV file, go to the sheet 1, go to the data, go to get and from file, choose text file or CSV file. Select the CSV. CSV stands for comma separated value file. So by default, when you say import, it will show the delimiter is coming as comma. It shows the table will look like this way. I said all fine. Now you can go and load your data. The moment you load your data, it is reading data from a CSV file to an Excel file. Automatically, what you see, it is coming with the header, with the filter, banded row colors. You can simply go to table design at the top and make it to light. Untick the filter button, so you should not see any filter button in your data. That's how you imported global cells from txt file. Now some same global cells, when you imported from the CSV file, so first was from text file. When you imported the second file from the CSV, it is saying the global cells name is changing to 2 because already one name is exist. Next is how to read data from an Excel file to Excel file. Go to data. You will say from file. I'll click on from Excel workbook. Now this is the workbook which I want to read now. Remember guys, when you are reading data from Excel workbook, you will say import. Yes, you will say import. It will open in Navigator saying that select multiple sheets. You can select the sheet 1. You cannot say load. You will say transform the data. The moment you click on transform data, what is happening? It is coming to a Power Query editor window at the top. You can give the name as global underscore sales. Let's say version 3. I give this name as version 3. Now this is what the data is coming from Excel to Excel. I say close and load. Now I can see the data has come from Excel to Excel. I can simply go light and remove the filter buttons to see the data, how you can import from text file, CSV file, Excel file to an Excel file. Is this clear to all of you guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what we'll do, as we do every time, whatever things we'll be doing, we will be going with what? Immediately a practical. What is the practical? Now let's go to this called data importing test. You guys have to tell me how to complete the test. If I open this file, there are 3 different files. Can you tell me guys, what are those 3 different file names?
CSV file, text file, and Excel file.
Excel file, right? Let me open this text file first. What is the delimiter in the text file, guys?
Comma.
Comma is the delimiter. Very nice. Now I want to go for reading this data. You tell me, I will follow you. What will I do first?
Create a workbook.
Right click, new, create an Excel workbook. Call this as data importing in Excel. I gave this workbook name. What is the next thing I'll do?
Open it.
Open the workbook. Then this is the open blank grid. What will I do now to get the data?
Data.
Go to the data
Data,
class.
then
Get data.
get data, then
From file.
very nice.
Uh, text or CSV.
Very good. I'll go back to the class file, import data test. I'll be having these 2, text file or CSV file. I click on the text file. What the delimiter system will choose now? Did you choose it or system identified this? This is something called cognitive learning approach. Have you heard about machine learning? Yes or no? Have you heard about deep learning? Now this is called cognitive learning. What do you call these guys here?
Cognitive learning.
Cognitive learning. When system will identify what your data is all about, you don't have to worry about it. System identified, showed you the sample table, how it will look like. Now the duty for you is to go for load your data. The moment you load your data, it is coming with what? Header, with filters, banded row, colors. How do you remove this all?
Go to the table.
Go to the table design.
Then,
Light the.
then,
Filter, remove filter button.
Remove
fantastic.
the filter.
Is that? So how to go for reading data from a CSV file, guys?
Go to
So go
Data.
to the data. Get data.
Okay, then,
From file. From txt CSV.
right.
Select
And
the
by default,
image.
CSV delimiter would be what, guys?
Comma.
Comma. So shall I go for load or transform?
Load.
Load. For CSV and text file, it is load always. Then table design,
table
light,
design,
remove the
light,
filter.
remove.
Filter.
Is this clear?
Yes, clear.
Moving to next, I want to go for reading data from Excel to Excel. What will I do now? Tell me, guys.
So go to
Data,
data,
Yes,
get data,
get data,
very nice.
from file,
Yes,
from
from
Excel
Excel,
workbook.
Excel workbook. Select this file.
select
Very
this
nice.
file,
It will open with what? Navigator window. Select multiple sheets. I
select
have only one sheet. Shall I go for load or transform?
Transform data.
transform
Yes.
data.
For Excel, we'll go for transforming data. It will open in what? Power Query Editor window. It's saying that in this particular Excel file, sheet 1, sheet 2 is there, sheet 3, sheet 1. I can call this as made underscore sales
Sales.
underscore 2026.
Okay.
That becomes my table name. Now I will say close and load my data. How to remove this? Go to lightweight, remove the filter buttons. You got the data as it is. Everyone, are you getting this?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. Now save this and close this here. Now we have done here as called data importing test is completed. Now let's talk about here. Next is called exporting data and exporting data test. So what is exporting data? Now let me do it here for you guys. I open this folder. I have a data file. Can you see this, guys, everyone?
Yes.
What is this information is given? Row ID, order date, shipment mode. It is also given the customer ID. It is given the customer name. It is given the country. It is given the product ID. It is given the quantity. It is given the sales and the order priority. Now the question is coming. You want to export this data. Export it to what? Export to Excel file. Export to TXT file. Export to CSV file. Export to Excel SM file. Excel SB file. You want to export this data. What do you
Okay.
think? I'll go to data. I'll go for export. Does this say anywhere about exporting options? It's saying get and transform data. You can read data from here, or you can go for from text file, CSV file, from web file, from picture, from recent sources, existing sources. It's saying the refresh, queries, connection. Is there anywhere it's written export?
No,
Is there
sir.
anywhere? No. There is nothing called export in Excel. How will you go for export this data? First of all, you have to select from the corner. If you go to this corner and select, you are selecting the entire sheet. Then go to file. Then you choose save as an option. In the save as, you can say more options. Go back to your folder, which is here. Go back to month 1, Excel, session 2. Now you have an output folder. Are you getting this, guys, everyone?
Yes.
Now I want to store this data. I call this as global underscore sales.
Yes.
I want to store this data as global underscore sales. Save as type what? Save as type.
Export.
Save as type as what? Called text file. Text as a tab delimiter. By default, when I say text, it's coming global underscore sales dot txt file. Now I can say save as. The moment I say save as, you know what will happen, guys? Look at your folder output file. You can see there is a file has come global underscore sales dot txt file and tab as a delimiter. It is called tab delimiter file. Does it make sense to all, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Same way, what we can do now, we can go to the same file, go to file, do a save as, same location. I will choose as save as to CSV, comma delimiter file. Now you can see your file has been stored here as CSV file. Now you want to store this file to as an Excel file. Select this file, save as, go to the more options, go to the folder and store this file as what? Excel
Dot
SX file.
XML.
So Excel workbook, now you can see the file has been stored with .xlsx. Now I want to store the file as .xlsm. Select this file, save as, more options. Go here and choose save as type to macro enabled, that is called .xlsm file. If you want to store this file to binary, save as, going to more options, go back here, choose Excel binary workbook. You can remember only this 5 extension which is important to you. Rest all you don't have to worry. So you store the file as Excel SM, which is called macro enabled file. You can see the file name here. You can see this Excel SB, which is reducing the actual size. So now the data is less, nothing to worry. But yes, it is storing as Microsoft binary Excel worksheet file. Is that clear now, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now what
Yes,
I'll
sir.
do, I'll go to session 2, I'll go to raw data, I will have a exporting test. Ready for the exporting test, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now in this exporting test, it is given as there is a data file. If I open this data file, it's talking about only made sales data. Now you tell me, guys, I just close this file here. You tell me this data I want to export. What will I do now?
So select all the data
Select
Select from
Select
the
file.
corner, then,
Select
and
file.
go to the file.
then,
file.
Save
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 as.
as.
then,
More options.
more
More
options.
very
option.
good. Then
Dot txt.
Then
File name.
select
output file. I
Output.
call this as made underscore sales. Yes or no?
Yes.
What extension txt file? What will do, right? Text, tab delimiter.
Tab
Delimited.
delimiter.
Done. I'll go for CSV file. What will I do now?
File.
File,
file.
Save as.
save as,
More option.
so as type as what?
Yes.
Comma delimiter.
Comma delimiter.
Limited.
If I want to store this to as an Excel file,
File. Save as. More option.
Um,
Uh,
XLS.
XLX.
if I want to store this file to Excel SM,
So
File. Save
simple.
as. More options.
XLM.
Excel. Um,
XLSM.
SM.
if I want to store the file into binary,
Select
Path.
file. Save as. More option.
XLSB. Yes, sir.
is it difficult to understand, everyone?
No, sir.
No.
No.
So we have understood now how to go for importing, how to go for exporting data. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay. Now, the next thing what we'll do here, we'll talk about data importing from a SQL server. What does that mean? I want to go for, you guys have not started SQL server, right? You guys have not started SQL server. Now we are going to talk about how to go for data reading from from a SQL server database. To do that, what we'll do here, I must have SQL server installed. In your system, it is not installed, nothing to worry, but just see what I'm doing. I open my SQL Server Management Studio. When I open my SQL Server Management Studio, what is happening? Now it is open my SQL Server. In this database, I have a database name called batch underscore 2026 02. If I expand this, I go to the table. If I expand the table, I see there are hundreds of tables are there. Yes or no, guys? Yes or
Yes.
no? Right.
Yes, sir.
Now I want to read this table from here, which is called made sales. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Which table I want to read from here? Made sales.
Made cells.
Okay. So how will I go for doing that? Now let me do it here. I open this, right click, new, open an Excel file called data importing from SQL Server. What I'll do now for SQL Server, that is also same for Oracle. That is also same for Big Data. That is also same for Cloud. Are you getting it? Now I'll show in SQL Server. I go to data. I will choose get data from. Shall I go to file? No, I'll go for databases. In database, I have from SQL Server. The moment I click on SQL Server, it will ask me what is your server name. If I don't remember the server name, I'll put a dot. Dot means it will connect to your local laptop SQL Server which is installed. In my laptop, there is a SQL Server installed. I will just say OK. The moment I say OK, it will show me databases. If I expand batch 2026 02, I can see there is a table called made cells. Now I will say select multiple tables. I can selecting multiple tables now, or I can select only one table that is called made underscore sales. Now what will you do? Will you load? No. It's a
No.
DBMS file. I will say
Transform.
transform data. Then I will say data looks like perfect. Everything is look good. Close and load my data. Now this is what? Loading your data from SQL Server to your Excel file. Does it make sense to all, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shall I do
Yes,
it for
sir.
one more table called global sales from SQL Server?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Go over here, data, get from database. SQL Server, connect to the server as dot means local server. Okay. Choose this database, select multiple items, select this database. I have a table here called global sales. I found this here. I want to import this table. I will say transform my data. When I say transform my data, it is transforming the data over here, which is coming as global sales. I can say close and load my file. Does it make sense to all, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you can say light, remove these filter buttons. You get the data is coming. Everyone, is this clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.